Hi, I'm Finley.
I'm Joe.
I'm John. And this is a potluck about Doctor Who.
Hi.
Yeah.
Groovy.
So, it's what anniversary is it?
55th?
55th.
It's a long time.
So we're just going to talk about kind of our favourite Doctor Who episodes and things associated with the show.
Yeah, basically what we like, what we don't like, and what we kind of do or don't like.
Yeah.
How did both of you guys get into Doctor Who?
It was Rose.
Mm-hmm.
So it was the very first episode back with Christopher Eccleston. And it put the absolute fear in me. Mannequins still scare me to this date, but I was kind of hooked in it because of that.
I was, similarly, my parents said, oh, you'll like this, or something along those lines. And put it on the telly, and I was similarly entranced. It's been an obsession ever since.
Yeah. It's the kind of thing where I remember it was a teacher at school brought it up and said, oh, you should all watch this. It's I remember loving it when I was a kid and talked about Tom Baker and stuff. And I think I'd seen kind of clips previously of Doctor Who. I remember probably on one of those like 50 greatest TV moments or like those kind of weird compilations that they did.
Channel
like
4 sort of things.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Because I definitely remember Sylvester McCoy and a weird like gremlin baby thing.
Ah, yes.
But I'm not sure if they were the same episode or if it was some weird amalgamation of the Candyman episode with Sylvester McCoy
Yes.
and that weird gremlin-y baby thing from the Pertwee, not Spearhead from Space, Terror of the Autons.
Yes. Oh, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was a weird blend of those.
Interesting.
Yeah, that fucking creepy baby I remember.
Bizarre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a weird thing about like that first couple of series I watched though was after watching like Christopher Eccleston regenerate, I watched the first series of David Tennant.
Yeah.
And I remember finishing watching that series and turning around to my mum and I was like, I wonder what the Doctor's going to look like next time. And my mum actually had to sit me down and explain that the Doctor didn't change every goddamn series.
Yeah.
He actually only regenerated every so often. It just so happens that Christopher Eccleston was just gone after that, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of it's sad that he didn't do more.
Yeah.
It really is, yeah. He's really good.
Shame.
Yeah.
I mean, they tried to revive him via the audios and things, but it's kind of...
It's not actually him that does it.
No, it's not him.
Yeah.
It's like impressions.
Yeah, not a great impression.
Oh,
You know,
something
Nick Briggs argues that it's like it's a dramatic reading rather than
yeah.
but he does a shit northern accent.
Yes. Hello, I'm the Doctor. Oh, I've got big ears.
It's because it was like a big thing actually when we were younger. I feel bigger than it is now, but maybe it's because we're just not hanging around in kids' playgrounds anymore.
Well, you're not.
So it doesn't seem as big a thing anymore. But
yeah, I suppose, but I don't know. I suppose it must be still marketed towards kids in a sort of way.
Yeah.
I don't know, I feel like this series has been marketed towards a larger audience than some previous ones, perhaps.
Yeah.
But
I guess like Doctor Who's always been a progressive show, but this series is like they can really go full force on that.
Yeah.
yeah,
And really go, well, we embrace everyone.
Yes. Which I'm sure some people aren't happy about.
well, you can never please everyone, can you?
No, not true.
I mean, half the crowd would have been incredibly supportive of this change, and I've been campaigning for it for a while, and there's another half the crowd that wanted everything to remain the same because people are scared of change. But
Which is weird among a fan base of a show which is primarily based on frequent change.
Yeah.
yes.
Odd.
Bizarre.
But yeah, we're gonna discuss some episodes, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, just like
Yeah.
things, various Doctor Who things that we like. So we've kind of all come up with our little lists. So we should be talking about kind of 4 things each.
Yeah.
Well, we'll bring up 4
Give or
things
take.
each, and we'll all talk about it.
Probably my favourite episode, Day of the Doctor.
Fair.
Yeah.
5 years ago today.
That's
today.
Jesus,
really?
Yeah, 23rd of November. It's just brilliant, I think. It's given the amount of reduction constraints. Like the fact that they didn't have any of their main cast aside from Jenna Coleman signed on to do it until like the week before they started filming is mental.
Oh, totally.
The whole thing, it's just a really nice episode, and it's a really nice way to kind of celebrate 50 years and also set up the next 50 years, or what
hopefully
should be the
Should
next
be.
50 years if you don't throw it away a season later. Moffat! Nice to see David Tennant back in the role.
Nice to see John Hurt.
Yeah.
Like,
I love John
what
Hurt.
a man.
Dearly
What a
deserved.
voice.
R.I.P.
Yeah, like, may he rest in peace, but
He was
brilliant. He actually took the role on really well.
Yeah.
Been too used to seeing young doctors recently, and it was nice to see
Yeah.
an older one step up in the role,
I think
actually.
it probably heralded Capaldi's
Yeah.
tenure
Definitely.
quite nicely.
I mean, Capaldi was in it as well. It's fantastic. I remember
Yes. His little eyebrows.
there were many moments sitting there in the cinema where it was like, yeah.
Oh, did you watch it in the cinema?
I watched it in the cinema.
I didn't see it
I
in
had
the
a
cinema.
Doctor Who hat on and everything. It was a really good night
Yeah.
and a fantastic episode.
It is brilliant, and as you say, the production constraints are like quite phenomenal in terms of I think Moffat wrote at least 3 variations of that script that were quite like radically different. So
Yeah.
he wrote one that was purely based on having Jenna Coleman,
Yeah,
and it was kind of her going into the time stream.
which they set up. With.
Yeah. And they just use like archive footage basically,
Yeah.
which would have been interesting.
Yeah.
That would have been cool, yeah.
I think it probably would have felt shortchanged not having any new Doctor content really.
Yeah.
It would have just been a sort of best of moments.
Yeah, but then
Yeah.
he wrote one with Chris Eccleston
Yeah.
instead of the War Doctor.
Which, from what because they released a scene from it
Hmm.
for some charity thing, and I haven't read it, but from what I've read online, it's basically just the same scene that John Hurt does, but he calls the moment Bad Wolf Rose character Love a lot.
Oh, okay.
He sounds slightly more northern, and that's about it.
And then obviously the third one's the one that they actually went with.
Yeah.
But just to get John Hurt, I think he even wrote in the script, and then in the previous one. So what was that? What episode was
Name of the Doctor.
Name of the Doctor, where John Hurt shows up at the end. I think the script literally had, and then someone mind-blowing appears, like John Hurt.
Yeah.
And they actually got
They
him.
actually got John Hurt.
Yeah.
Heaven Sent.
That's a good one.
I really, really like this episode. It's just it's the sort of unfolding of the story that I really like, and it's the sort of thing that like got me into Doctor Who. I don't know. It's like the thinking game. It's like a thinking game, really.
Yeah.
Like how you're slowly working out like all these little clues as like that are being left behind. So, like why is this set of clothes left here? Why is he being chased by the veil? And then it's the big lake, like load of skulls at the bottom of the lake. You know, it's like all these little clues telling you that the Doctor has repeated this life over and over again. And this isn't the first time either.
Yeah.
Like the fact that this is him a few million lives deep into this is pretty like it's just a special episode to me because I just sort of I like that realization. It's very M. Night Shyamalan, but actually good.
Yeah. It's a nice kind of acting showcase for Capaldi as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And that it was just him basically, wasn't it?
Yeah.
yeah, it was.
Which, have they done that before?
No, it was
I
the
don't think
first.
they have.
It was the
It was
first.
the first.
They've done companion light episodes, but not quite to
Yeah.
that degree.
And they've done Doctor Light episodes as well.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a punishment for the Doctor, and he doesn't sort of realise it because it's. I don't know. It's the realization for him as well that sort of does it for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And him having to sacrifice himself just to knowing that a version of him's going to repeat again.
Yeah,
That's what I need to watch again.
definitely.
Then I mean, I'm working my way back up to it.
Yeah.
Excellent.
All the way through modern day.
Yeah. A lot of fun.
Nice.